What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Scene Snobs Interviews. I am, of course, your host, Mick, the Scene Snob, and thank you for joining us again. I have a very special guest with me today. Madison Ekstrand is here, and we're going to talk about her new TV project, Very Frightening Tales. As you guys know, I'm a huge horror fan, so I'm very excited to get into it. Thank you, Madison, for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, welcome, and, I'm trying to... Like every great superhero story, I love to start from the origins and, just kind of ask how you got into acting and, where, your career thus far.
So I started off as a dancer when I was 3, and like dancing, you're more like kind of acting through your emotions and your dance movements. And like I always wanted to do more, but I never really knew how to get into acting. So like maybe 4 years ago now, I saw this like box and I wrote my name on it. It was like at a movie theater and they're like, oh, like audition for acting, modeling, and makeup stuff. And I was like, it doesn't hurt to try. Then like a couple months later, they call me and they say, you want to audition? And my mom's like looking at me because they called her and she's like, what did you do? and my mom's like, well, it's competition season right now. If you're really interested in her, call back in a couple months. So then they called back in a couple months. I went to Minnesota, I auditioned, and I just started classes from there. And I started for the boys, like I was an extra in that. And then I auditioned for the Very Frightening Tales, and it just started to grow from there.
That is awesome. Yeah. So, I know you did For the Boys, and you also worked on a short project called The Walk, correct?
Yes, and that basically like helped because oh gosh, now I can't talk. I donated. It was a student film, so I helped donate to, like for the cause and everything, so that they could really like do a good film and everything. So they put me down as the producer, but for the boys, I actually like was an assistant producer, and I got to learn like what a producer does and everything.
Oh, that's awesome. So for you, especially kind of getting that education while also, joining into the fold of acting and that world, what was that like, being on set and learning these different roles?
Well, for a student film, it was like, I know it was like before COVID started and everything. And then like a year later, it just started like, it was slow for me. But like being on set on a student film, it was like so weird. And then being on set, like on a professional film, I was like, oh my gosh, because like student films, like they don't have like the big cameras or anything and like the lights and setup. So I was like, I don't know. I was like confused at first because I was like, oh wow, there's that much that goes into this. and I look at movies so differently now, and like I would still do a student film if I had to. I would do anything just to put myself out there. So. But it's just different.
Yeah, and I kind of imagine it's a bit more exciting, just being a part of it, and now you're on this TV show that's, filming, and you're a big part of it. How is that being like kind of thrust into now? It's a TV world, where you have multiple episodes, different characters.
Well, at first, because I'm like a shy person, and like dancing and everything was how like I came out, like like out of my shell and everything. So it was like weird doing acting and like coming out of my shell. So I wasn't really scared to go on the camera. I was just like being all these different people. Mm-hmm. And like that really helped me come out of my comfort zone, because like just when you put the wigs on and everything, it's like, oh, I'm like this redhead now and everything. But now I dyed my hair red. So but like they even like used like this black hairspray and like dyed my hair black for like a thing. And like it was just to have like the makeup on and like the different hair, you're like, yeah, I'm this character now.
And that's awesome. And so getting into it and being able to, especially in a horror project, which is, I've always found the most fun, like, when you're on set, everybody seems to be, you're playing with your fears, but you're also like playing with things that aren't real. So it's always a good time. Like, how was it for you to step into these different episodes that, dealt with different aspects of horror?
Well, actually, the first episode I was in, I was the star of it with Michael Pare. It was actually a really haunted house. And, I was skeptical at first. I mean, like, I'm scared easily anyways, but like walking in the house, I was like, it can't be that bad. But I felt like I was being watched the whole entire time. And like we were all doing the buddy system because we just felt like all weirded out and everything. And actually, the very first scene that we started filming there, I was outside and the camera guy was filming out of a window, and he's like telling someone to get out of the way, and there's no one in the way. So we saw like this little figure in the camera, and it was so creepy. And we had to film at night, and then we had to film the next day at night too. So it was like, oh God.
Yeah, you're just kind of stuck there, right? Yeah, it's actually funny you mentioned Mike Perry. We've had him on the show before. He's a fantastic actor, one of our favorites. Going in and working with, he's been in the business 40 years. He's a legend. Did he have any good advice for you? How did that work out?
He's like the nicest person I ever met, and like I got lucky to actually work with a big star like him for the first time, like because like he was just so nice to me. Like after every take, he would be like, "You're doing so good," or like he'd give me a high five, and like he's just so encouraging. And in between takes, he'd just go over the lines with me, and he's just amazing. And like actually, like before we started filming, he was doing his makeup. I was doing my makeup and everything. We're getting like our makeup done. And he's like up to my mom and he's like, yeah, make sure, this business is tough. And he's like, make sure you go to school and everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm still going to go to college. And he was just so nice.
That's fantastic. And that's awesome that you got to experience that too, on this project and see, like a celebrity, cause you're coming into your own and becoming one yourself, what it's like. So that's awesome. Now for you going forward, doing the show, where would you like to go next? Like, do you want to try horror still? Do you want to maybe get into some other things?
Oh, I would do anything. Like, I'm willing to get into anything. I think it'd be really cool to get into like a Marvel, even if like I'm a background character. I think it'd be so cool, like a Marvel character, or even like Star Wars, because honestly, that's like my guilty pleasure movie. I love Star Wars.
That's awesome.
And I think it'd be cool to like dress up like as a different like alien or characters and everything, and like all the special effects they put in there. It just would be so cool to experience it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's got to be the fun part, and the thrilling part of like being an actor, and all of the worlds that are now going to be opening up to you. And especially like again, with horror, like because that's a good precursor. Everything is fake. I don't want to say, but it's all like it's based on fiction, and but there's a lot of special effects usually and such. So that kind of at least opened the door for when you get into the sci-fi world and such. So for you, you've been doing this a good, you've been filming this about a year now? Is it? Did you film through COVID?
We started filming The Very Frightening Tales in August, so
okay.
I would say it's been like 6 months, I think, or a little bit more than 6 months. I don't know.
So how is have you just finished filming? Or are you still?
Actually, we are still filming, and we are going to do a feature film in the end of April, and it's going to be about the New Jersey Devil. And I'm actually really excited. I'm co-starring with Sasha Ann, I think. I don't remember her last name, but I know she's Sasha Ann, and she's like amazing. She has her own YouTube and everything, and like I can't wait to work with her.
That's fantastic. And I'll tell you, Jersey Devil is my old stomping grounds. I'm from Jersey, so like back in the day, we used to go hunt for the Jersey Devil. That was a thing. So it's very exciting. I can't wait to see that. There's not enough good movies about the subject.
I know. Well, I did an interview, and he's like talking about the Mothman, and I'm like, I don't know anything about the Mothman. And actually, like both my parents are from the New Jersey area, and my mom, like, she was like in the woods and everything. That was her old stomping grounds too. And,
that's awesome.
And she swears that she saw the New Jersey Devil because she was driving, her car just like broke down, and all of a sudden she saw something, and her car just started up with her friends, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But
listen, you take those stories seriously, okay?
I've been in the woods, and I was like all the way in the way back, and like my two sisters, like one of them like were old exchange students, but they're basically family. So my sisters and like my sister's boyfriend were like in the middle row, and we're going through the woods, and I'm like, I literally crawled in the middle row with them because I'm like, what if something like just grabs me or something, like just and I was like, no.
And that's, those are like the things, those memories are always fun, especially when you're doing like the roles and stuff. You can call back to those and be like, I remember when I was that scared, in this
Oh yeah.
element. So, with your family, how they got to be loving, all the projects you're working on and what you're getting into. How is that, for you guys? Like, are you just really enjoying it, riding the high?
Well, my family is just so supportive and they're like over the moon and everything because at first, like, it was like really slow for me and like just being in this industry for 4 years and they're like, okay, like it's not really going anywhere. So you want to focus on college and school so you can get into like, a good job and everything. And I was like, well, that's the plan anyways. And so then, this huge thing started coming out and like the Very Frightening Tales and Suzanne de Laurentiis is like, yeah, I want you on this film. And she's like, I want you on the next one. And she's like, you're going to be a recurring character now. And my mom's like amazed. And my mom comes out with me every single time. And like, I wouldn't want to go to LA alone, really. I mean, so of course, I thank God she comes with me anyways. And she takes it as a vacation, but she loves being on set and everything. We call her Mama Flo. I mean, in dance, we used to call her Mama Flo, but like now she's carried the name for real and everything. She's like, and she does wardrobe and everything. She tries to help out as much as she can on set, and it's just amazing.
That is awesome. That's really cool to hear. It's very important, especially when you have such a caring mother there in your corner. Family altogether, but yeah, there's nothing like mom in your corner, of course.
Oh yeah, she wants to be a producer now too. So
nice. That's awesome. And that'd be great for you guys to work together. And I mean, you have a great, Suzanne de Laurentiis is she's been in business forever, such a veteran. Like, I mean, somebody definitely to learn from and kind of go forward.
I've really learned so much from her, and like me and Suzanne and like my family have gotten so close, and I call her Auntie Suzanne, and we're just like family now. And like to learn from her, like literally, she's a producer and actress. Like she's like literally everything.
Yeah.
Just like so like.
It's such it's
an honor. Like I couldn't think of the word. It's such an honor to like work with her.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Absolutely. I can see that. Yeah, she's fantastic in everything she does, and puts out great projects. So that's awesome. So now going forward, you're, you got the movie after, with the show, tied in with the show and such. What would you like next in terms of genre? I know you like, science fiction and such. We talked about Star Wars and such, but is there another genre you want to explore with besides that?
I would think comedy because I just think it'd be so cool to like go from so serious and like horror and everything to like just being like so loose and like funny.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. And what are some of your favorite comedies that,
I like Bridesmaids, actually. The movie Bridesmaids is hilarious and like it's like my all-time favorite. I forget her name. Rebel Wilson.
Yeah,
she's in. She's hilarious, and she's like literally my idol for comedy.
Those are great. That's awesome, and especially getting into comedy, some more of the slapstick style, but like also having like very cool lines. Like they all have great quotes, and that are long withstanding with fans. So that's definitely that would be great. And now I get to the portion where I ask sort of like some fun questions. You can answer however you want. Please, no pressure. If you could have any role, past, or present, in any movie, any show, whatever you want, what role would you want to play?
I would play Padme in Star Wars.
That's awesome. That's a great answer. And you know what? You're the first person to ever answer that quickly.
Oh, really?
Everyone else is like, can we get back to that one? I'm like, really? I was like, I have like 5 in the chamber. I'm ready to go. Like, I know what I'd love to play. But Padme is such a great character, a great sci-fi character, especially.
And I love him so much.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. It'd be perfect to work together. Yeah, that's such a great answer. So what are, I like to get into remote dropper movies. So basically that's when you're watching TV and it's on TV, you have to watch it. Like for me, Back to the Future, if it's on TV, I'm not going anywhere. I don't care if I have the most important appointment going. Back to the Future is my go-to. So what are some of your favorite remote dropper movies? If it's on TV, you can't leave.
The Office.
Okay.
The Office.
That's gotta be the most popular, honestly.
I love Steve Carell. He's also like one of my big, like, I look up to him and everything because he can also be so serious, but he's hilarious. And I just want to be his best friend because he seems so sweet and everything.
I've said that before, not with Steve Carell. I was on one of my other shows, and I was talking to somebody, and I was like, you know who I want to be best friends with? Drew Barrymore. I don't know why. She just seems like that would be like a perfect person to be a best friend with. I threw it off there, but I don't know why. You just reminded me. I was like, yeah, what other celebrities would I want to be best friends with? But that's awesome. Yeah, Steve Carell's such a great choice. Have you had a chance to watch his newest one about the Space Force?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've watched it right when it came out and everything.
Nice.
Right when it came out, I watched it. Me and my friends did, and I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun too. So, and, you know, he's always putting out great products. So, yeah, you know, I've had so much fun talking to you. So what is next right now? Like, what are you getting into? You know, things are kind of getting a little more lax and opening up a bit. You know, what's next for you in terms of any promotions or anything going
on? Hopefully 3 feature films coming out. This summer, hopefully. One is going to be the New Jersey Devil, and the other 2 I can't really talk about right now. But
fully understand. Come back and promote. That'd be great.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, the Jersey Devil one I'm very excited for.
I am.
Again, that's my old stomping ground. And now I know you can't talk about too much with the project. And now, is that something that you've started filming or you're getting ready to?
We're actually starting to film at the end of April, so I'm going to go out like April 20th or something like that. And I feel like it's a 2-week film. I don't remember.
Nice.
But it's going to be a real fast filming. So that's all I know.
Now, I know how it goes with film sets, so I won't ask any info that for spoilerish, but will you guys be filming in Jersey or are you going to be filming somewhere else? I won't ask what the location is.
We're filming in LA. I know. We were originally filming in New Jersey, but we switched to LA because it's just more convenient. And I know. Fair. I wish it was New Jersey, but
you're not going to get those Pine Barren white sands, I'm telling you. But no, I definitely get it. And it's going to be fun. I know it. So many great films are always filmed in California. And are you enjoying California? You like it out there?
Oh yeah, I'm going to move out there as soon as I can. Because I just love being there. I love the people there. I love the atmosphere, and like being in Wisconsin is like it's a new world, I guess. And
yeah, it's so different. So I will tell you this: make sure to go and eat if you haven't already. Once you get out to LA, In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, I've been there.
Okay.
Like the first thing I did, the first time I came out there.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah. So one of the best. So I always tell anybody who's going out there, like, get an In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So this is so much fun. Where can everybody find you? Do you want to share your social media so that way people can follow you? And
yeah, of course. You can follow me on Instagram at maddy.dawn. So it's MADDYY.DAWN.
Perfect. All right. So what we'll do is we'll also put that in the description so everybody can follow along. Madison, you got Very Frightening Tales come out. Do you know when the release date for everything is?
So far we don't know.
Okay, but keep an eye out, everybody, because it's going to be awesome. It's got a lot of awesome actors just like Madison in it, and it's horror. I mean, horror is just the best.
Oh.
So thank you for joining us again today. And anytime you want to come back and promote, please feel free. We'd love to have you on any of our shows. Yes, you know, this is fantastic, and I can't wait to see what big things come from you. I can't wait to see you go up against Jersey Devil. That's going to be amazing.
I can't wait to actually see the monster. They sent us a picture of it, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's going to be great. I cannot wait to see this. I'm so happy. You made my day with that because I'm I've never seen a really good Jersey Devil movie before. So I'm all for it. But thank you again for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. You can check out all of our shows over on the scenesnobs.com. I am, of course, Mick Manhattan, and I will talk to you guys later.